What's up, everyone? I am Ernest Dove of the Dove Report. Let's talk immediate, initial reaction, hindsight wrap-up to the New York Mets trade deadline. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I'm not going to overhype it. And I'm not going to rage bait it. I'm not even going to grade this deadline because how would we know? We'll find out in some years. I want to get into some of my thoughts, some of the depth decisions that this may impact about similar-ish prospects in the New York Mets farm system and more. Let me get into it. Overall, David Stearns acquired what David Stearns likes. I've been saying it on social media. I'm saying it in these videos. David Stearns, pitcher-wise, what did we get? We got high octane, high walk rate, high K rate, high spin rate pitchers. Some are very tall, some are not as tall, but they have a lot of 95-plus arms that they added, including the one guy who's a bit of a right-handed Zach Thornton with pitch command. But there's also Gabe Davis. What are the plans for a guy like Gabe Davis? Are they dreaming of making him the next Christian Scott, or dare I say Nolan McLean? Is that what they're hoping to do with a guy with an electric arm up to 100 miles an hour? Can he project still as a bullpen guy, high leverage closer? Possibly. But I see the Mets, even talking to a Mets source, they do agree with my thought that they may still continue to have him pitch as a starter. Definitely probably through this time, maybe even next year, evaluate and go from there. But overall, that's what we got. High octane guys. A lot of them maybe throw a variation of a splitter or a cutter, which is what the Mets love to do. They'll probably tweak the mechanics, maybe add a cutter, alter a cutter, or a pitch grip of a cutter for stuff like that. That's what the Mets are going to do through the lab, through coaching. On the hitting side of things, they got athletes. They got power bats with plate discipline, exit velocity, and of course, iffy hit tools. It's what they got. It sounds like they now have multiple right-handed versions of a Ryan Clifford. But some of these players acquired, even from Cole Mathis in the David Peterson trade, some of these guys with the high K rates, right-handed power bats, some of them have had seasons with higher batting averages than Ryan Clifford. So, how do you assess that to hit tools? We shall decide. But the Mets, through the draft and through this deadline, in my opinion, depth-wise in the farm system, they've sure given a lot of competition to guys like Ryan Clifford and one of my favorites, Jacob Reimer. I believe both of these guys now have stiff competition. At the top, Jefferson Rojas. You have a guy like Mitch Voigt right now who's on fire in Double-A. He's also a Stearns draft pick, obviously, from last year. It would hard to already kick him out, but he may have a bit of competition at second base from a guy like Jefferson Rojas. Or Rojas could also be a third baseman. Again, getting into Reimer's territory. That's some of the depth stuff going on. Another thing I've noticed at this deadline, the Mets sure seem to have acquired a lot of guys who were immediately at the Double-A level. I believe at least one or two are going straight to Triple-A. One just went to the major leagues as one of the end of the drafts as a depth pen arm. That, to me, says things about depth. Are the Mets and Stearns already looking towards the next shuttle taxi squad arms for next season under team control? Only a couple of the guys are Rule 5 eligible, but again, this is a Stearns acquisitions. Would assume he's going to 40-man protect the main ones. I believe Gil Hill is one of the guys that will have to be Rule 5 protected. But that's what they're getting with the bats and arms. My also feeling, you guys can correct me if I'm wrong, what do you guys think? I think the Mets have already acquired guys they're probably going to flip in the offseason. And or Stearns may start letting go of guys. Will it be letting go of a Reimer or a Clifford in the offseason to get maybe controllable major league arms to fill up the bullpen again? That's some of my thoughts overall. I'm curious to know what you guys think. But overall, this seems like the deadline class and the draft class of pure athletes, pure exit velocity, pure power. It's going to be up to the Mets farm system to develop these guys. Will they create another Scott and McLean? Will they find replacements for Clifford? Some of the outfield stuff. Have the Mets drafted new versions of Nick Morabito? They've already acquired guys with some speed, above average defense, strong arms for outfield guys who haven't hit enough yet. I believe Aiden Smith is the top of the bunch on the outfield group. Can any of those guys hit enough? Or, again, are they replacing a future Tyrone Taylor role as well as an athletic fourth outfielder bench guy with speed? You guys let me know in the comments. Are you happy? Are you angry? Do you not as excited about only getting one top 100 prospect? What are your thoughts? Let me know.